Hello, happy Sunday, and welcome back to another video with CorasTruth. We are here again talking. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Excuse me. So today we are going to talk about
love.
yes, and we have Chris here again with us, which is my husband. And like I said, we're going to talk about love. So, do you want to start off?
Yeah, sure.
Before you start, go ahead, if you can, like and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Yes, hit that button. And you can also sign up, hit the notification bell, and it will alert you to know that I have uploaded a video. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Just talk about love. Talk about how I fell in love with my wife. It started off slow but kind of fast because it was like I seen some things in her that I thought were very loving, and the way she carried herself was different from what I was used to, and it pretty much pushed me to a point of, okay, I'm getting older. I'm looking for something more in depth, and it was more like a tingling sensation deep inside. So it was just like, okay, I like this feeling. So it was something different from what I was normally dealing with, interacting with different females and stuff like that. But with her, it was just more of a guidance type of love, and it was different because it wasn't like how everybody else showed love. Her love is a little bit different from what I was used to, I could say. So pushing forward, saying that it was captivating to a point, and I seen that she was in love with God, and that kind of pushed me more into why I loved her more. You know what I'm saying? So just going off of that, it was just her actions and stuff like that. So her love is more, it's hard to explain when you're a man, you know what I'm saying? You just know it. You already know what it is. It's hard to explain, but yeah, I just knew it was love and wasn't lust so much. Because it's a big difference in love and lust. Even though, like we stated before, our relationship was built off of lust. I guess that's what gravitated me more to loving, because it was just like I didn't want to keep on lusting after someone that I knew I loved, and showing that I wanted to keep pushing through and be like, okay, I want love to conquer all what we have and let Christ be the following of that. So the more I did that, the more I prayed, the more I seen her love inside. It kind of pushed me to the point where it was like, okay, this love is different. She loves hard, she loves different, she loves her way. You know what I'm saying? And in order for me to understand that, my way of loving is a whole lot total different from her way of loving and showing it. So that kind of put me in the point of, okay, I can love you how I love you, but let me love you the way you want to be loved, but let me love you my way too. So that's my point of how I started to love my wife, and stuff like that. So
You said our relationship is built on lust, and I actually listened to that last week when you said it, and I kind of pondered on that this week. And I truly believe that our relationship was not built on lust. It was, we fell into lustful ways, and those lustful desires, creeped up. I truly believe that we were brought together, by God. And as we maneuvered through our relationship and got to know each other, then we started having those lustful desires, which you're going to have that. You're human. Not saying you should fall into it and you should do it, but you're going to have those desires.
Right.
And sometimes we fought them, sometimes we didn't. And that's how. So I guess I beg to differ to say that our relationship was built on love.
Right. Because and then it became more of a conviction. I know for me, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're doing doing this, we keep doing this. So it was just more like, okay, you know what, God, let me ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying, for stepping out of your order and the way that you and what you put into me. So from that point out, I prayed. We kind of stopped, but we you still being lustful, but just knowing our hearts and knowing that we was trying to make the right steps into getting married and to cut out the lustful ways. For as far as that, we kind of settled down and went into it like that way. Just asked for forgiveness, and we said, you know what, we want to get married, but that wasn't the main key of us getting married because of the lustful ways. Right. It was just at the point of us doing what we were doing, because we were already doing other things in a relationship that we was like, hey, I don't no longer want a relationship. I want to be married to you. So that's what put us in a point of wanting to be married and go on like that.
Right. And at no point we want anyone to think that you have to walk in how we did it, because this is our story, this is our experience, and we're just sharing it. So everybody has a different walk, so we don't want anyone to think that we're trying to teach our way because we're human.
Right.
And we just want someone that may be going through what we did in the sinful nature, or just trying to make your marriage work. We're just sharing our story with you all. As far as love, what I've learned about love is that I used to think love was different for everybody.
Right.
Growing up in the church, they taught you different kinds of love. But one thing I've learned, and this is just me, love is different across the board. Whether you saved, whether you're male, whether you're female. For me, love is different across, the same across the board. Love shows up differently how we present it to whoever, not just in a marriage or just in a relationship, but friendships, co-workers, people you don't even like. And that's something that I had to realize, because I used to pray, Lord, I don't like this person, so obviously I can't love them. Well, I found out in my heart I cannot like somebody and love them. 1 Corinthians 13 something, and I think it's 4. It starts with 4. It says, love is patient, love is kind. And it goes on into some other things telling you what love is. Now, I used to work at the state, and there was a lady there that used to get on my last nerve. And she used to walk up on me, and one day I said to myself, if she walk up on me one more time, I'm gonna hit her in her throat. So I used to pray, Lord, help her to show her how to love me, show her how to talk to me, show her this, show her. And it was like instantly God stopped me and was like, go to 1 Corinthians 13 and read it. Love is patient, love is kind. Stop there. I was neither of those to that lady. And I find even in my relationship with my husband or my kids or whomever, just those two things right there, I'm not patient or kind. And dealing with that lady at work, I had to write that down on my computer just to say, this is how you love. Let's start here. Love is patient, love is kind. And I'm not saying I perfected it. I still have to go back to that. Love is patient, love is kind. And that's something even in my relationship I have to be with my husband, because we get on each other's nerves, and we're not patient sometimes. We're not kind. And that doesn't mean that we don't love each other. It just means that we have to go back and reevaluate how we're showing our love. Just because we're not kind or we're not patient doesn't mean that we're not loving each other. We love each other. It's just how it's showing up in our relationship. And that's something that
I'm learning.
Right.
Because not to cut you off, but to learn that, you know what I'm saying? You have to learn that, I know growing up, you look at love from a mother, father, sibling, family member. You look at that love totally different from a wife or a husband love. You know what I'm saying? So that right there just made me be like, okay, I can't love that way, or I can't show that type of love, because that's not the love that is showing right now. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't love her, but it's just the point that I have to adjust my love level to accommodate where she's at sometimes. So, and that comes with patience and kindness and stuff like that too. So that's where what I'm learning.
Yeah, I think it just not that you have to adjust it. It just shows up differently. Like you said, um, something about loving with your mother. You're not gonna love
Your wife like you love your mother.
right,
I mean,
right. I don't want you to.
right. No.
Right. I hope it's different.
Right. It have to be different.
Right. It shows up very much different.
Right. I don't want you to love me like you love your daddy.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen.
Big daddy. No.
But that's one thing in our relationship. Like I said in our first video, we grew up differently. So love for me wasn't like a touchy-feely thing. It was, I knew my parents loved me because they took care of me. It wasn't like they was always saying I love you. I just knew it. And when I got with my husband, he's touchy-feely and I'm not touchy-feely, and that's the way,
that's affection. That's affectionate. I'm not gonna say that's love. That's an affection.
Okay.
Affection. So what I'm saying. That's kind of to the point where you show love through affection, some affection, and then you show love through verbal love. A verbal emotion of love. Then you show action of love. A physical form of love by touching and stuff like that. So it's different all around the board. And then, like I said, it's learning her. Me learning her. Her love ways and love languages and stuff like that. So it's different all around the board sometimes. So, and it depends on what day I catch her on.
I love every day. It may show up differently. Right. Today I may not be talking to you. Tomorrow I may be talking to you.
Right.
But I still love you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I remember one time somebody told me that I didn't love them. And I was like, what makes you say that? And the person said it was my actions. And I guess it shows up differently because I gave him the illustration one time. We were talking about it, and I said if my daughter was to run in the street, I'm not going to say, Cece, don't run in the street. Come on, get out the street. I'm going to put some urgency behind it, some power behind it. Cece, get your butt out the street. Does that, because I said it differently, does that mean I don't love her? For me, that means I'm giving her correction and I'm giving her an urgent message like you need to get, but my love is still there. The meaning of the love is still the same. I don't want her to be hurt. I'm protecting her. So when the person told me I didn't love them, my love just showed up differently. It didn't show up how we have it in our mind that love is supposed to look like this. You have your own perception, but you have to be open-minded to how love is going to look. With somebody that may be abusive, not saying being abusive is right, but that may show up for them correctly in their mind, and they've justified it because that's all they know. Right. That, whoever was abusing them through their growing up or whatever, that's how that person has a definition of love. So I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying we have to be open-minded by how somebody may perceive love, how somebody may view it. And, the only thing you can do is show your love differently to get that person to realize I do love you. I do care.
Right.
You know what I'm talking?
Right. And that's another thing too, because it's like you come in with one pre-notion of this is what love looks like on my end, and then no, that's not how it looks sometimes, or that's not how it's gonna go. Because if you thinking it's gonna be the right way, you could think all day, and then at the end of the day, everything's still totally wrong. So it's just knowing who you're dealing with, understanding them, and they as well understand you, and work from that point in.
So, can you actually go back and because you've been through a lot in your childhood, and we may present that, we may not, but can you go back and look and think about how some of the people that you dealt with and see their love, even though it may not look how you wanted it to look, but can you see their love?
Well, I could say, I could see their love because anybody I felt that was dealing with us growing up, trying to help in any type of way, it was a love there, at all times. It was just a certain point of understanding the situation. Is this love or is this just because? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you can look at things and be like, you're not really looking for love. You could just be looking for help. You could just be looking for an outlet. You could just be looking for somebody to just be like, hey, you're doing a good job. I'm here for you. You know, affirmation or confirmation or whatever they call it. That's what they, you know, that's sometimes that's what you're looking for. But, and then still, you know, when you at a point in your life and you don't understand what's going on, love, hurt, anger, you know, a lot of things, a lot of emotions can look totally different from what they really are. So it's not really understanding love, it's understanding the situation and moving on from that point on out. I just love the way I grew up, you know, because it makes me who I am today. And a lot of people don't understand my background, understand my struggle, my hustle, my whole motivation of doing what I do, but I give it all to Christ and honor the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ a lot of times, because if it wasn't for him, you know, I wouldn't be here. So, or would be in the position that I am in today. So, walking in his shoes or walking in his light, walking in his footsteps, you know, really brought me to be who I am today through his love.
Right, that's true. Yeah, I like what you said that you know, sometimes you gotta leave the situation. That doesn't mean that you don't love that person. It just means that I love me enough to save you, so I'm gonna leave the situation.
Not to cut you off, but that's what Christ did. Christ, you know, not to give a sermon, but you know, he did a lot to be here, and you know, not saying I'm doing a lot, but if you look at it like that, you know, you could do a lot, you could do a little bit, but if you're doing something that's impactful for that person to see their love and to move on, and even if you have to die to that situation, meaning remove yourself, move on, press on to do something better, or even, you know, to help them from a distance, because a lot of times we could be the distraction to that person and don't even know until it's too late. So a lot of times removing yourself from a situation can help you and help that person. That's what I've learned growing up too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like either it's gonna come back to you, and like the old folks say, you know, they in for a season. So you know what I'm saying? Even if you look at it for a season, you know, a lot of times if that situation is not beneficial to you and in the well-being of you becoming a better person, you gotta look at that and move on and thank God for that situation, because he pushed you through.
Right. So right. I was just thinking.
Okay. Don't pause on me now. I thought the video went out.
No, I was just thinking, you know, sometimes you gotta take time and think instead of just talk to, you know. That's good.
Be slow to speak and
quick to listen.
Huh?
Quick to listen.
Something like that. You know, I don't want to get it wrong. Right.
Yeah. You do need to be slow to speak, though.
Yeah, so
we'll do that in another video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learning and listening and just observing can really save you from a lot of heartache, pain, confusion, and stuff like that. So it's a journey.
Yes, it is. As I've gotten older, I've learned just be quiet.
Sometimes that's the best thing.
Let them have that. I did an interview Friday, and this lady said, don't match their energy. And I was like, wow. I like
that's
that.
good. Yeah, don't match their energy.
Don't match their energy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. I love you.
I love you too.
Aww.
Cheese.
So that's all we're going to give y'all on today. If you had any topics you would like us to discuss, we've been racking our brains. We're excited about this new journey. I had a lot of people to reach out to me, and I was so excited. I was like, somebody took time, you know, to listen to us. Like,
right.
We're just ordinary people. But I was excited, and my husband called me on Monday, and he was, I think Monday or Tuesday, one of those days, and he was just like, we should do this, we should do that. So I thank God for what he's placed, you know, in our hands, and what the experience that we've had to share with others, and other experiences, you know, that we will have to share. Again, like we said before, marriage is not easy, but it's necessary, and it's definitely a walk worth having.
And it's a gift.
A gift. Yep.
Go ahead. I just want to
me. But you know, we're learning and we're willing to share. And like I said, if you want to just inbox me or comment anything you want us to discuss, and you know, we'll discuss it, and we're gonna give you the raw truth right then and there. Once we cut on the camera, the first thing I said before we cut on the camera, what did I say? We gonna talk about
love.
So we giving you the real honest truth. We ain't discussed it before. We just
give it to you how we give it to you.
How we give it to you. And we're not even editing the videos
yet.
Unless I say something crazy.
Right.
Say something crazy. All right, so y'all continue having a good Sunday. We'll post a video and hope you like it. Give us suggestions, and we love y'all.
Goodbye.